And then the maintenance phase, also known as the growth stage, typically occurs after 3 years, not always, could be 5, 10, 15 years. I have one gentleman that is absolutely powerful in my recovery who really didn't start his growth phase until 18 years. It's the point where a recovery lifestyle becomes a way of life and your inside feelings start to match your outside appearances. Your purpose, meaning becomes more clear. You're feeling almost self-actualization. The sustained recovery phase occurs typically after 5 years as the person masters the skill to maintain recovery and to continue to pursue improved health and wellness. Statistically, the return to active addiction is minimal after 5 years or more. Although sustained recovery has not been studied to any great extent, we can access stories of inspiration and hope from individuals, families, and communities that reemerge from substance use disorder in strength, humility, and wisdom. Recovery is possible. There's many stories out there. I heard one story the other day about an individual who went to 40 different treatment centers over the course of 20 years. And now this individual has 5 years in recovery. When non-addicts do not develop healthy life skills, the consequences is that they may be unhappy in life. When recovering individuals do not develop healthy life skills, the consequences may also be unhappy in life, but also can lead to return to use. Replace old, unhealthy patterns of behavior with new, healthy patterns of behavior. Okay? Again, each individual is different. It's not a cookie cutter, and we really want to honor the individual's journey and allow the self-directed life and let them determine which pathways it's going to be best for them. Looking at the definition of recovery through both the Substance Abuse Mental Health Service Administration, both in 2005 and the current one, as well as the UK definition. And the one for the United States says it's a process of change through which individuals improve their health and wellness, live a self-directed life, and strive to reach their full potential. And remembering that really what recovery is a process of reducing the negative consequences associated with drug use, honoring and supporting a person's autonomy, and empowering them to take responsibility and accountability for their lives as they see appropriate. We looked at the stages of change: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance, recognizing that it could take years to get into maintenance stage, and that oftentimes people do return from action back into preparation, sometimes back into contemplation, and that people can remain in pre-contemplation for an eternity. We looked at the stages of recovery, recognizing that recovery doesn't happen in a box and that each individual is different. And there's a process to recovery anywhere from the first year to sustained recovery after 5 years. How can you help? What's your role? Well, understand that fear and trust is a big issue for people with substance use disorder, primarily because of the stigma and shame and the moral issue that's wrapped around substance use disorder. And also understand that everybody needs to have some sense of control over their own life. And for folks who are using substances, oftentimes the only sense of control that they possess occurs when using drugs. And so when we take away the drugs, when they take away and remove the substance use, they feel that they have no control over their own being. And that is a very uncomfortable place for anyone to be. And so there's been a relationship established with the drug or alcohol. Every individual that has experienced substance use disorder, has experienced a relationship. They've formed a relationship with the drug or alcohol. And if you come towards me or any community partner or loved one, and you ask me if I understand what you're saying, if I'm willing to do this, any number of questions, chances are I am going to respond yes. I am going to provide you with a socially desirable response just to get you off my back. And maybe parts of me actually does want to change and discontinue use. So it's a combination of both. Yes, I want to change, and yes, I understand what you're saying, but I truly don't understand what you're saying. The sheer fact that I need to think about not having a drink or a drug for a day is overwhelming. And I think that you are the enemy. I don't look at you as my friend or loved one. I look at you as someone who's taking the most important thing in my life away from me. I look at you and think you are not on my side. I cannot trust you. If I'm truthful with you at all, you're going to use that against me. I feel as though you're probably not listening to me and hearing me. You might be hearing the words I said, but are you listening? You're not here to help. You just want the socially desirable response. You want me to say yes. You want me to say, I'm going to change and I'll comply and I'll adhere. But you're not here to help me. You want to impose your drug use beliefs on me. And I don't know where to begin. This is all incredibly overwhelming for me. Please know that individuals have a relationship with the drug. That's the only thing that they can trust. You're going to have to earn trust from individuals if you want to build a partnership and begin to support and help them. Understand that the seeds to recovery need to be planted repetitively, routinely, consistently, regularly. Pick a word, but they need to be planted over and over again. And then they need to be watered and nourished. And we do that through love and support. You can help through compassion, understanding my problem with drugs. Like, it's really hard for me to stop. Support, encouragement, empathy, empower me to take ownership and responsibility over my own life. Give me the choices to do what I want to do instead of mandating I do this and I do this now and it has to be done in 28 days. Please understand that recovery is not linear and that there will be setbacks. And folks, do not enable. If you are, I said this earlier, if you are a loved one, an ally, do not continue to support the individual in their drug routines. Set your boundaries, articulate them well, make sure that you and your family are safe. And sometimes if that means calling law enforcement for intervention, then that's what you have to do. But if you continue to believe that by allowing somebody to stay in the garage or in your house, even despite their active drug use, and you're pleased with them to stop, if you think that that's going to be helpful and the resolution, you are misleading yourself and you're causing harm to both yourself and the individual that you love. Learn about enabling, learn about support groups for loved ones, and really understand that recovery is a process of change. Playing a helping role is planting seeds, letting them take root, nurturing them, and watering them throughout the journey. Next up is Module 5, where we'll look at recovery capital and pathways of recovery. So thank you for joining me here on Module 4. We'll see you in Module 5. Hey there, this is Ginger. I hope you're learning a lot from this series. I'm asking for your help in supporting my tireless efforts. There's a few ways in which you can support me. Tell your friends about this video series, subscribe and like each video here on YouTube down below, make a donation on my website, or invite me to deliver this training in person. Together, we can all be part of the solution. Hope to see you soon, and thank you.